Hello everyone and welcome back to Timberborn. This is episode 27 of the Rigorage series. In the last episode we continued to make progress on our mega reservoir over back here. We connected the path in, or extended the path of Mountainville so that they can help contribute to the construction of this wall on the backside. We did finish making these windmills as well, so now we can have this mechanical fluid pump working during the wet season to help fill the reservoir up. And then we also expanded some of our food production and switched some of the crops over here in Mountainville. We are now growing some wheat, and then we have a grist mill and a couple bakeries set up, and hopefully that should be a good starting place for getting some bread and maple pastries set up for these beavers. We do want to continue to plant wheat. We have a lot of potatoes planted, so we're going to rearrange, or we're going to replant some wheat over here instead of potatoes. As you can see, we have a lot of potato planting areas already, plus over in this district, yeah, even more potatoes. So I'm going to transition to wheat for some of it up here. We might need to expand where we farm, but we'll reevaluate that as we continue to produce more food. You can see the beavers of Mountainville are coming over here to help construct all this. I think we're also going to extend their path over here. That way they'll be able to help build the top part of the dam over here, because they can't actually reach anything up here since it's too high for them to reach, so they have to come over here, and they'll be constructing it one at a time. So if they can build this, then they'll be able to start building it in this direction, and that will help them get everything ready for when the drought is over. Then we'll be able to start pumping some more water back in. I do also want to connect in some power shafts, and so the way that we're going to do that is by setting this up here, then this one right here, and then we're going to actually get rid of this path because we're going to be placing some power shafts here. We also need to get rid of this path because we're going to put in a bunch of platforms up top, and then that way they will be able to construct the power shafts from above without having to go one power shaft at a time. And as long as we high prioritize this staircase, then the beavers will not go up here to trap themselves, except they could from this direction. So we'll also need to make sure we get this set up first. So we're going to high prioritize these buildings, and then as soon as I know that they can't get in this area, we'll start putting the power shafts in. We are also starting to drop in terms of bad water. We're at 1,000 right now, but we were at 1,500 I think very recently, so hopefully we'll make it to the end of the drought. But if not, we'll need to probably expand our storage for bad water, and then probably put some more bots into these jobs. And right now there's unemployed bots, which means that we can afford to put them in here since they just wouldn't do anything otherwise. We are in a good spot in terms of wood and water for the beavers over in Valley High. Food is looking good in terms of grilled potatoes, but the other food is not doing quite as hot. We can look at getting some farmhouses set up here, and now that we have this in, we can detonate that, and then we'll just have to get these two dams set up. Want to prioritize them, and then we can get a couple farmhouses set up right here. So we're going to obviously stick with carrots and sunflowers since those are the crops that we are slacking on right now. Looks like the beavers did a good job of getting this set up, so now they can't reach this, but that's okay. They'll build along here. And so now we can get these power shafts set up all the way to this. We will need to replace this power shaft, but I'm not going to disconnect it quite yet since we would not be able to put in a new one until we get all these platforms set up. But we're not in a huge rush since these water wheels are not spinning right now and they don't even really provide that much power. You can see some of the bots are just about, well, they are out of power, but they are continuing to help deliver wood over here to build this dam, and we do need to get a path set up so they can finish constructing these three. We're also going to replace this water storage right here with another large tank, and that'll help expand some of our water storing capacity. You can see we have this cool little whirlpool effect. I haven't seen something quite like this, and we don't even have this fluid dump going, so I don't know how that's entirely possible. And with that, the drought has ended. We start the beginning of cycle 17. We can start turning on these water pumpers again. We can also start the mechanical water pump up, and that'll help fill this whole area up, which actually did just dry out, but we do have a few small pockets over here. We're going to see what 3 large water pumps full of bots can do. They're down to 3,000 water and they can hold 5,700 over in Mountainville. So we'll see after a few days if that's going up enough. And if it is, then we might actually just completely get rid of the small water pumpers. We have a lot of unemployed beavers, so we can switch maybe some of these jobs to from bots to beavers. You can see we are probably maxed out on gear, so yeah, it looks like it. So we'll switch a few of these to beavers. And we did run out of bad water during this most recent drought, so that means we got to get some more storage set up. And now we can start getting some more storage set up for the bad water. We're going to place it, we might as well place it right there. We don't even need this platform then. That should be close enough that these bots can easily fill this tank up after filling up these first 2. You can see the beavers are making excellent progress for this set of platforms. It looks like they also have the power shaft set up. So now we're just missing a couple over here, and the water is pumping. It looks like it is flowing down here. So we'll see how long it takes to start filling this area up. And oh nice, they are making excellent progress also on the back part of the dam. So they're actually just about done with this. There are a lot of bots that need more biofuel, unfortunately. So one of the downsides of them is that they walk incredibly slow when they run out of power. We only have the water wheels spinning right now, so we are losing a little bit of power from the gravity batteries. But I think as soon as these turn on, then that should be enough. Plus we'll have the power from these, which it only has 50 HP versus one of these alone is putting out 50 all the way up to 150. And now we have the windmills working again. Oh yeah, charging everything up. We do have some jobs paused over here in Valley High, so I think we need to get some more houses set up, and we can go ahead and put those in right around here. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing that we've been doing, putting them just a little bit underground. And the beavers almost immediately finish building all this. We just need one more explosive, which is coming right around here. And now we can get this detonated. We do have all the housing already unlocked. We only have 1,000 water, and I don't know if we're going up quite as much as I'd like. So what we're going to do is get rid of these 2 and then build another large water pump. But first we'll need to get some platforms set up. And we'll want to prioritize this because we don't want to be running low on water leading up to a bad tide or a drought. And it does look like we are finished with getting everything set up here, so we're going to get rid of that. And then place this in right here and super high prioritize it. We'll actually probably want to do that more than these. So we'll do those to a slightly lower priority. With all this wheat over here, we should probably also get some beehives set up, since we have bots working in all of these. We are running a little bit low on power. This is going down a bit. We do have some windmills set up. We have been expanding some of our power usage by adding in like another centrifuge, paper mill. We do have this massive machine. This uses 200 HP, so I think that combined with all this isn't quite enough. It seems like the windmills don't provide enough additional power to get everything maxed out. So let's get a couple more windmills set up. Oh, nice, we can place it all the way up to here, so we'll get that connected in. We did finish constructing this third bad water tank, although it looks like we're still hovering around not a super high amount of bad water, which makes sense. We basically doubled how much bad water we're using. So we probably want to start prioritizing some of these by haulers. And then if that doesn't work, we'll need to start making even more bad water pumps. And then back in Valley High, it looks like we are completely done with the backside of the reservoir. And you can see the water is starting to fill up over here. And there's still a ways to go in terms of elevation. And so really we don't actually want to go any higher than this, because that's the same elevation as everything over here, and we obviously don't want to start having water flood out the backside. So I guess these are all one row higher than they need to be, but it's not the worst thing. So now these are contributing a little bit of power. We can also look at expanding this over in this direction. So now we have this nice little system where we can put in a couple water wheels as soon as the beavers finish constructing all of this, and they should be able to reach all of it. I need to prioritize this one first. But other than that, everything is within reach. Now they don't have anything else that they're really working on. They should get this done pretty quickly. We are still missing some beavers over here. We have some open beds, so let's try migrating some of these unemployed beavers from Mountainville over to Valley High. So we'll migrate the population, and we turned off all imports and exports of beavers automatically, because we don't want that. We want to be able to decide who goes where. So we'll move 10 beavers over. And now look at that, we reduced how many vacant jobs we had, although now we we do have 5 homeless beavers, which that was not the goal. So we'll just add in we'll add in one more set of houses. I know water was something I was concerned about. We have doubled our water for this district, which is awesome. And then back in Mountainville, those are looking full, which is a good sign. 5.8. Yeah, so we're doing great on water. So we can actually get rid of this one. And then we can add in a couple more showers just to get them a little bit closer. Then doing a quick resource check in Mountainville. Fantastic on water, doing good on wood. Food is looking much better. We have max storages for both carrots, grilled potatoes, and sunflower seeds. We do have some bread, but I imagine they probably go through that pretty quickly. And I don't know how much wheat flour we actually have. We have some. We can probably prioritize this by haulers. Maybe that'll help out a little bit. And we are making some maple pastries. I don't want us to go through all of this maple syrup, which I think that's a little bit lower than it was before. We might want to replace some of these trees with some more maple trees. So let's go ahead and unplant this section. And also this section. I think you can reach all of them. Okay, this one you can't, but that's okay. Can still put a maple tree in there, and then we'll just need to come back and replace those once they grow up. And then for the rest of the resources, pine resin is still low, and then bad water is also low. So we were trying to fix the pine resin problem last time. We wanted to place some birch over here. Not birch. I'm going to place pine. And then bad water, we should get some more pumping stations set up over here. So we have these 3 bad water pumps that we can have built. So hopefully those 3 will help bump the numbers up a little bit, since we're still around 50. Extract, it looks like, is doing pretty good. So even if we're running low on bad water, it seems like it's enough to help bump the amount of extract up. And then in the evenings we should have some more beavers enjoying the new agora. So in terms of well-being, looks like that's up a little bit higher. Campfire's not as high as it could be. Maybe it's because they just started the evening. By the end of the night we'll check in once again, see how the beaver's well-being is doing. Overall it's up to 23 and up to 27 in this district. And then over in Valley High it is at 18 right now. You can see a lot of beavers enjoying some dancing. And you can see which ones are haulers based on what gear they're wearing. Looks like most beavers are turning in for the night, so we can go ahead and take a look. Campfire is pretty low. I don't know if that is they don't have access to it or they don't have enough time to do it. Seems like most things are doing pretty good in terms of their social life. Oh, one thing I haven't even started working on at all was the monuments. And I think in the very beginning I said that I wanted to try and build those as quickly as I could, but I haven't done that at all. And we're doing really good on science. So we're going to go ahead and do this. So we can go ahead and unlock both of these ones right off the bat. And both of these are 2x2s. This one is, I think, yeah, it's a 3x3 and it needs to be next to water. So we can maybe get that set up somewhere over here. But I think we're going to put the other 2 in this area. And we can't put anything over the contemplation spots. I don't like that. You know, I think we're going to rearrange where these are. So we're going to put those over here instead. So we'll do that and then get rid of these. I guess really we should get rid of the middle ones. We'll get our first couple monuments set up. And then those should be able to, yeah, that reaches everything. It reaches all the houses over here. This one has a slightly smaller range, but still reaches everything. And that's going to help bump their well-being up quite a bit. Over in this district, they have a lot of wood, so we can actually do the same. So we'll get a farmer monument set up. And they can build that here. Planks. Let's see. They don't actually have that many planks. I don't know exactly what they've been constructing recently that needs planks. Well, we'll hold off on that second monument. But we do have a lot of sunflowers. And we have a lot of unemployed beavers also. So let's start getting some more farmers. Oh, we gotta get rid of this one path real quick. And if we can get these constructed first, and that'll help get their food up. And then we never did a resource check for this district, I don't think. So water's up to 2,500. What's great. Looks like food is increasing a little bit. And then the rest of the resources are okay. We're not producing too much in this district. We are continuing to fill up this reservoir. It's taken a while though. I think we've only gone up a couple lines. And there's 4. There's 4 planks per levee in terms of what you can see visually right here. And I think we are on the first one. So we're not going up terribly fast. But we are going up. Let's take a look at scrap metal. We have these 2 large piles completely filled up, plus we're slowly making our way up in this. We do have beavers working their butts off over here. But we do have a lot of unemployed bots, so let's do this. We're going to switch all of these guys to be bots and see how quickly we can max this out. We can also switch some of these jobs to be bots. That should help us get some more food for the beavers. And maple syrup is going down. I'm not liking that because that is what we use to build catalyst. So we need to get... Okay, so this is all cut down, or some of it is. So we'll start putting some maple trees over here. Okay, it looks like these guys are actually full on potatoes. We don't have a whole lot of potato storage. So I think that means that we should probably change some of these potatoes to be wheat, because we do have a little bit of wheat, but not a whole lot. And it looks like with day 12 starting, we have a bad tide approaching, and I think that is a great place for us to wrap up today's episode. We did quite a bit, and we got, just to recap, we have these water wheels are now connected to this whole system. We have an entirely new farming area over here, and we are continuing to fill up this reservoir, which is now complete since we have the backside completely finished. We also started to build some of these monuments, and I'm seeing that we have some unconnected buildings. Oh, that's... what am I looking at? I think that's actually a house that I guess I deleted one of the stairs going up to it. Oh yeah. I guess we'll get those constructed in the next episode. But we have those there. We are still a little concerned about the trees because we are running a little bit low. In fact, we have run out of extra maple syrup, which means that we're going to start losing catalyst. Yeah, this is going to start decreasing. And then also for pine resin, we are running low, so we are continuing to expand how many pines we have over here. And we will start getting rid of some of these potatoes in the next episode and replace it with wheat. And we also put in a second large water pump, which it looks like did the trick because they maxed out all their water storage. So maybe we'll look at getting another one of those built, another large water storage built in the next episode. Overall, we are in a good spot, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow's episode. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and a comment. I really do appreciate it. And with that, we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.